Hey there, everyone. My name is Dane. This is going to be something that I'm completely new to, but I watch a. I'm a big fan of someone, and they decided to basically release a video, and the theme of the video is called a strip down challenge, and I thought it was the most interesting thing. I'm not really too sure as far as facts and I don't want to jeopardize any names, but what I'll try to do is I'll provide some links or something. But basically, it's a big thing going on right now, and the gist of it is to really just pour yourself out for at least 10 minutes. So it's definitely going to be huge. It's definitely going to be crazy. Like I said, I'm not really used to these kind of videos, but I sat down and I thought about some things, and this just really pertained to me, and I'm sure a bunch of you can all relate because there's just feelings in my heart, just about things going on in my life, and I think this is the perfect thing to really just get it out there because this is something that I'm sure a million of other people feel right now. So I really just want to express all those things. So first off, like I said, my name is Dane. Not necessarily nominated to do this, but I felt I wanted to just talk about myself, and I don't even know where to start because, like I said, but let me start by saying that I think that blogs are very interesting. I think that there's something that I really want to do. Reason being is because I've always felt like I could be a motivational speaker. The reason being is because I felt like I came a long way in my life. I felt like I came a very, 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 very long way in my life. And it's incredible to know that there's so many there's so many strong factors that are just out there. We got politics, and you got religion, and you got all this crazy stuff, and you think that we're just these little people. So there's a lot of things going on, and I guess just to get into what I'm about and a little bit about me. For the third time, my name's Dane. Like I said, I'm not used to this, so it's pretty crazy. So, but that's the point of it. You're trying to, talk about something that it's supposed to be something completely new. But my name's Dane. I was born and raised in Patterson, and growing up in Patterson was interesting. It was different. I mean, I wouldn't say ghetto per se, but a lot of people like to say, oh, it's dangerous, all this stuff like that. And to me, it was a town I grew up in. I've always been a shy person growing up. Being black, and that's another thing too. Because in Patterson was fine because there was a bunch of mix of people, so it was fine. But I grew up very shy. I grew up very awkward and distant. I grew up around video games. Video games have always been a center of my life, and I'm not going to say it kept me from doing various things, but my life has been centered so much around video games, especially when I was younger, that as I got older, it was kind of hard to break out of those habits. So it's incredible how much you don't realize when you're younger how important things are. And what I mean by that is, like I said, I grew up on video games, didn't really pay too much attention in school. I barely really got by, honestly. I come from a very hardworking family. My dad, he's always busted his butt for me. My parents had me when they were very young. I believe my mom was 17, my dad was 16. Either that or my mom was 18 and my dad was 17. One of those two. But they had me at a very young age, as you can imagine. And it was, I'm sure that's a difficult, position to be in. I imagine myself in that position. It's really hard. So, it's really crazy just to think of all the things going on like that. So we just got to really be thankful. So I grew up with those parents. They had me young. They really busted their butt. I went place to place. I remember being born and raised in an apartment with my grandmother. I've always lived with them for a few years, and it's really insane how life just changes. And through my whole life, like I said, I've always been shy, quiet, and I never really understood anything about life. What I mean by that is I've always been naive. I've always been not really there when it came to life. Like I said, my life was kind of, hey, I'd play video games, not really pay attention. I'd play video games, not really pay attention. And that kind of followed me through years and years and years. And at a certain point, it came time to high school. And in high school, I didn't really I never really had too many friends, and I've always been a different kind of person. I've always been unique. I've always been a person who not many people wanted to associate with me because I was different. I've always saw things bigger. I've always had a crazier imagination. I've always dreamed of newer things. I've always, dreamt of myself with the perfect life and the kids and all that stuff like that. But in reality, none of that stuff. Especially, it's hard thinking about that. Like for example, back when you're in school, and they sit there and tell you, they have those, guidance counselors or random speakers come to the school, and they'll be like, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's just like, I don't know. I would look around the room, every other kid would be like, oh, I want to be a firefighter, and I want to be a teacher, and I want to be this, and I want to be that, and I'm just sitting here thinking like, I have no idea what I want to be. And I remember just saying police officer because why not? You know what I'm saying? I think the general role is I wanted to help people. That's kind of still what I want to do to this day, but it's really tough. But I've always been different. I've always been unique. I've always been, distant from every single other person. And it's crazy to think about because it's hard. It was hard. It was hard growing up in high school. It was hard growing up in middle school. When I was in kindergarten, I fell down some stairs and I busted my teeth. So I have buck teeth. I've had buck teeth my whole life, and it doesn't really matter now. But like I said, when I was younger, I got teased for that too, and it just made life more difficult. And I guess sometimes you can ask why and all this and all that. But one thing I've always had with me is I've always had God. Most of you may differ, and that's okay. Everyone has their own opinions, but God's always been with me. I choose to do that and be that, but my life has just been, boring, but at the same time, really insane in a way. Things have just happened so quickly and so fast. Like I said, I had those supporting parents, and as I got older, I've always known that there was something different waiting for me. As soon as I was in high school, and, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to be in school. I didn't really want to amount to anything, because I knew that college wasn't going to be for me. I knew that nothing was really going to stand out to me the way that I needed it to. So essentially it came to a point in time where I just felt like, what am I really doing? So I graduated high school, and I'm sitting here with my thumb at my butt like, what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? I don't have the education that most of these other kids have. I don't have the schooling that these other kids have. Like, what am I going to do? One day like any other average teenager, started applying at some places, got myself a little job. Got a few jobs actually, you know what I'm saying, and I've definitely been more of the stupid or naive of the teenagers, because the first job I ever had, I ended up messing up by, I stole. I was stupid. I was 18 at the time. I was stupid, and I stole. I stole some candy, and I ended up getting caught and fired. Thankfully, I didn't get any charges pressed on me or anything, but I believe things like that happen so you can learn from your mistakes, and definitely I learned, but I continued on, I progressed on a little bit, and, I got smarter from those things, you know what I'm saying? But I still didn't know where I was going. I had no sense of direction. One day I ended up getting a job at McDonald's, and like I said, it's nothing, it's small money, it's there, it's whatever, but I met someone there, and he was telling me, how, hey, we can make money doing this, business idea. So that was a huge change to me, because I was thinking, like, what is this guy talking about? So I got introduced to new concepts, new ideas, businesses. I got a little more educated on not what life is, but just a little more education on everything around me. So I knew business. I knew a little bit about numbers. Like I said, I was never the best in high school. Never read any books. You know what I'm saying? I've always heard go to school, get good grades, and that's definitely not. It's never been for me. So definitely very tough. But once I got introduced to those business tactics, things in my life started changing. I started noticing that whenever I was trying to do things that I used to do, like playing video games, for example, or just watching TV, I felt an emptiness inside. I felt an emptiness inside my heart. I felt that I needed to be doing something. I don't know what it was, but I felt crazy. I felt like I needed to study for, something I want to do, or I need to start doing what I love, or I need to write a book. I need to do something. And that idea kind of grew and got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger in my heart, until one day I took a look around me. Like I said, I've been going out. I was 20 years old at the time. I was 20. I thought about my whole life. I was just about to turn 21 actually. I thought about my whole life, like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? I've been sitting here playing video games for days, months, years of time. I'm not really getting anywhere with my life, and I'm not happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to college. I don't want to do, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what. And that's a tough thing, because if you don't know what you want to do, it's very, very hard for you to, do anything. But I decided that I wanted to be happy. So most of you don't know, I have my own YouTube channel. It's nothing huge right now. It's at 1,000 subscribers. So that's something that I built, and it's rewarding in a way. It's also a Pokemon related channel. I definitely want to run other things too, like inspirational stuff. But like I said, I've always looked at myself as more of a motivational speaker. So I don't really know how that's gonna turn out, because like I said, I wanted to just do something crazy, like start a blog or something. But as far as this goes, I don't really know what else I want. You know what I'm saying? I've always had that feeling like I think I could be happy doing something. I feel like I could make it big doing something, but what is that? You know what I'm saying? What is that? Like I said, the business was great. Like I said, I was in multi-level marketing for a little bit. Hustled, made money off of it. It definitely worked. A lot of people are opposed to that thing, but hey, it works. It does. It works. But I just was too, not lazy, but I just saw that the product services, it didn't really pertain to me. You know what I'm saying? It was something where I just felt I wasn't passionate about. It works. The system works. It works for people. Definitely it's not a get rich quick scheme, but definitely has some success within it. But I didn't want to, how do I put this? I didn't really find my heart in it. I couldn't continue to have that drive to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that was the toughest part about it. So, I sat there and I just had this desire. What can I do? And at this point in time, as you can imagine, like I said, I was 20 years old, about to turn 21. I'm 22 now, in case I didn't mention. But I'm 20, about to turn 21 years old, and I'm sitting here thinking, like I said, little job. I got these parents on my back talking about, hey, you got to go to school. You gotta do something. You gotta join the army. You gotta do something, Dane. You gotta do something. You have to do something. And that was the hardest thing ever, because I knew those things weren't gonna make me happy. You know what I'm saying? I think I'd be wasting my time going to school. I'd be wasting money, because that's not what I wanted to do. And one day, like I said, I sat down and I was like, I want to make videos. I want to start a YouTube. And like I said, it's been great. Like I said, it's been great. I have supporters, a very, very small amount of supporters, but still, the supporters are supporting nonetheless, whether it's 1, a million, whatever. But I wanted to do something more. Like I said, I run a Pokemon channel, and that's cool for me too. But I want to do more. Like I said, I want to dance. I want to talk. I want to speak in my mind. I want to talk about all these incredible facts and ideas that I just have in my mind. Like I said, I feel empty, because I want to express so much. I just want to get everything out there. I feel like my opinions would be so beneficial in some people's lives. Not to, not saying that people need mentors or anything. I don't want to sit there and preach to you about how you could be doing, how you could be doing this and telling you how to do it. That's cool too if you're into that. But what I want to do is I want to be someone who's young. I want to be someone who's young and doesn't stand everything in today's society, but be able to have a voice. You know what I'm saying? Be able to be heard. Be able to help other people know that they can be heard. No matter how young, no matter how old, you know what I'm saying? No matter what you know, no matter what you don't know, you can be heard and you have a voice. And that's kind of what I want to get throughout this. That's really what I want to do. So as of today, I decided that, after doing some research and just seeing that blogs are very huge, that's what I want to do. I think I want to start a blog, and I just want to start new projects in general. There's a million things that I want to do. So many things, so many ideas that I have in my mind. Like I said, I've always been an idealist, and I had a feeling like this back when I was like 20, about to turn 21, and my parents, they weren't the happiest with me, because like I said, I wasn't really. I can imagine being a parent to a kid who he doesn't really know what he wants to do, and it's hard to live with. And I just felt that wasn't working for me, so I decided to move out. through the help of a really good friend of mine, and that's where I live now. It's my own place technically. He's definitely helping me. We help each other, and it's phenomenal because, like I said, now I feel more free. Now I feel where I feel like I can do what I want to do instead of just having my parents tell me over and over again to do what they want me to do. You know what I'm saying? I know it might sound dumb. I know it might sound stupid. Hey, you're young. You should be going to school. You should get an education. And I agree. I fully agree that education is important. Don't get me wrong. However, I also believe in being happy. I also believe in doing what you want to be happy. Not only being happy, but making a difference. You know what I'm saying? Making a difference, a strong difference. And that's something that's going to be crazy. So throughout this, I really want to provide entertaining videos. I really want to just get out there and just touch life. I just want to touch life. I just want to do so many amazing things, reach so many people. And honestly, that's what I'm looking forward to doing. I'm really just thinking about just getting out there and sharing so many of my thoughts and ideas with you guys. So it's a crazy road. Like I said, I feel so empty inside because there's so many things that I want to speak about. There's so many people I want to touch. There's so many people I want to reach, and I think I'm ready for that. I think I'm ready to just talk. I just want to talk. I just want to get everything out there, everything that I've ever wanted to out there. So it really means a lot. Like I said, I was recommended this video or just this concept by somebody I know named Shady. If you're watching this, thank you very much, buddy. I really appreciate it because you've also been an inspiration to me. So I really just want to get out there, and I really just want to do. I just want to do. And not in the sense of just, hey, you do one little thing and you're happy, because I am doing what I want to be happy, but sometimes you can still feel like there's got to be more. There's got to be a little bit more. You always feel like there's got to be a little bit more, and honestly, just it gets you so pumped up just thinking of all the amazing things you can do in this world. And I think I'm ready to be one of those people that can do some amazing things in this world. So, and starting with that desire to be a motivational speaker. So, if you can relate, what I'm saying, definitely tell me how you feel. This is crazy. I'm definitely going to try to start up something new. This is going to be completely different for me. I'm usually into the gaming videos, but this is something that I really want to do. I'm really passionate about it, and I hope that I can make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Not just for me, but just for all of you, because I know I came from a place of wanting to hurt myself in the past, and having those negative thoughts, and having a feeling like no one cares about me, and stuff like that. When to this day, I have a beautiful girlfriend who really supports me. I feel so blessed. You know what I'm saying? I have really good friends who support me and all think I'm doing the right thing. My hopes and dreams is that, I know I can't please everyone, but my hopes and dreams are that everyone can come to understand not only what I'm saying, but it can help them in their personal lives. I also hope that I can rekindle things like get back in good standing with my parents, because like I said, they don't understand. They don't really understand why I did the things I did. They don't really understand why I left, why I didn't go to school, stuff like that, and it's all in a good mindset. It's all in a good mindset, and I think I can really make a difference with this. So thank you everyone for coming out, and this has been my Strip Down Challenge. So thank you very much just for listening to me go off and rant, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.